Yo, 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 yo. How we doing? What's up, son? How we doing? Okay, let me get set up here. What a crazy day we had today. My God. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy. Let me log into my accounts and stuff here. I'm already logged in. Nice, nice, nice. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Absolutely no idea what we're gonna. Why does this do this? Absolutely no idea what I'm gonna trade tonight. Maybe some sort of retracement. Maybe this gap, like this is clearly the draw, like for, or the framework I'm looking for. But just in the next 2 hours, I don't know if we'll come down and get enough of a sweep here to go higher. That's clearly what I'll be looking for. Preferably on NQ. Because it still has this draw here. It has lots of draws, which is nice. ES and YM are just like gone nutty, so I would like for it to happen on NQ. I also wouldn't be surprised if we like hit this pretty quick and then we just got consolidation across the board, because like we've had a couple of big days usually after, like, especially if we got a third day of expansion. I could see us just chopping around or having a small like retracement day on Thursday, especially before NFP. So we shall see. We shall see. What up, AS? How we doing? How we doing? Good morning. It's currently 8 p.m. here where I am. Where are you? Are you in Asia, I guess? If it's morning time. Set some alerts. Okay. Oh, India? Okay, 5:37 a.m. You're up early, man. You are up early. How you doing? How was your guys? Did you guys trade New York today or not? Or London? Was a pretty crazy day, to be honest. Let's check gold. Let's check gold. Gold I would like higher. Just tiny forward gap here. I would like to see that hold. Again, there's nothing the cleanest on gold. Gold has been pretty annoying lately. Like based on the daily candle, I could also see it going lower. We swept previous daily high, closed below, so I would like it higher. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. See if this can hold. Yo, what up, MC? Never gonna. I'm the exact same. The exact same, man. I saw something pre-market that I kind of liked, but I didn't. I just didn't end up taking it because I wanted a retracement too. So, but like you said, the market just said nope. So, very annoying. But it is what it is. Can't do. Can't control the market, right? So we just gotta do what we can. Obviously, with NQ and indices like being so bullish, oil is pretty bearish. I thought we might start coming up for these highs here. Look pretty nice, but as you said, indices says nope. So we'll see. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, where was it last night when we said... Yeah, it must have been here. I think it was this we got. We said this was going to be low of day. I had this gap. I was thinking it was 4 hour gap here, was there? Yeah. 4 hour gap. We had this 1 hour SMT C2 bullish closure. We were saying last night that this was low, would more than likely be low a day, and that's exactly what it was. Absolutely just ripped. Ripped. So we're on like C2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C8 on the 4 hour, which is pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Yep. What are you guys watching tonight? Is anybody in a trade yet? Has anybody taken anything so far on this or no? Yo, what up? Jonathan, I am bullish. I want NQ to these highs. I am expecting or hoping we get some sort of retracement. How deep, I don't know. I don't think it should come below this 4-hour gap. So this is kind of what I'm looking for. Something like that. We'll see. It's just kind of opening higher now at the moment, so it could also just like rip to these highs, so we'll see. That's kind of how I see it at the moment. Same MC, yeah, same. I need that gap tag to do in order to do anything. We currently have this. It's like SMT fill here. Six-hour gap. Not 6-hour SMT though. This 90-minute didn't take this low, did it? No, it's like equal lows, I think. Yeah. No SMT there, so we just need something to wait for something to form here as well. First thing I thought of today when I saw this pump, I was like, what are we going to do in Asia tonight? So yeah, we'll wait, we'll see. We'll see what it gives. Oh, actually, I never asked, how is the volume? Can you guys hear my mic okay? And is the music okay? Can you even hear it? And if you can, is it too loud? Or what's it like? I don't know if you were here, Em. I literally just spoke about it there a second ago. I woke up this morning and I just said, fuck me, why did we not just long it? Oh my god. I actually woke up laughing, thinking about it, just being like, we were here, I wonder, is this low of day? Like, it looks like it, right? And like, holy shit. Even if you just took this, and went to bed, like, you probably would want looking for these highs, something like that. But just like, don't bother setting a TP and be like, you know what? Would have been nice. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. I did watch this candle form for a little bit, this 10 o'clock, and then when I saw nothing form in here, I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, so it looks like a little later started to go. What a move we had though. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Did you end up getting anything today, Em? Did you catch anything in New York or no? Were you working? Did you manage to catch anything out of it? I could see that too. MC, I could definitely see that, but The only thing is that we're just so close to this draw. I don't know if we're going to consolidate here much. What I could see is this, and then we just like maybe get like a shallow like retracement then or something like that, because these have all like pretty much taken their draws. So I could just see this kind of like getting it over with and then consolidating. That's what I would think. No, we could definitely just, after you said with such a big move, we could just do something like we could chop, or we could just put in some sort of retracement, just like grind lower. You know, then London comes, does the sweep, something like that. But I definitely agree, MC, definitely. Keep an eye on gold and see if anything sets up. I would have liked to have another SMT here. Would have been lovely if like silver come down taking this low, something like that. That would have been ideal. But nothing as of yet. Nothing as of yet. Yeah, it's better than nothing, man. Don't be one of those people. Not enough. Greed. That's greed. I didn't take anything. I just couldn't. I saw something like pre-market that I was kind of hesitating about. It was just too close to 930. I thought we'd for sure get a run lower at 930 to go higher, but we just didn't get it. So it was very annoying. It could end up being a slow week for me. Yeah, I'd like to see this gap hold here. Have a C2, nice bullish candle. This isn't great. Bit of a retracement to go higher would be nice, because there's currently SMT here. With silver already taking these, but I would like to see silver go higher and take gold with it up here. Would be ideal. I guess, man, right? I guess. I mean, I wouldn't be... Wrong chart. I wouldn't be betting against it right now. Again, unless NQ does something like this. We create this, like, space out SMT to go lower. That's the only kind of scenario I could see. I thought this might happen at this high if we were going to do it, but obviously it just went through. So now there's a bunch of consolidation and highs and stuff here. So not saying it's going to do this or this is what I think, but if it's going to go lower, this could be where it happens. But like I said last night, it will take a lot for me to flip my bias to bearish, given what's happened. I honestly find all-time highs hard to trade. So like when we were down here, like I was so happy when we were coming down here. I was like, oh, this is great, because I was actually hoping we'd come so much lower, because the further we are from all-time high, I was thinking, oh, we're gonna get like great conditions to like back up here for like a month or so. and literally we did it in fucking, like, we're up to here already in 3 days with no entries, so it's been pretty frustrating, to be honest. And that's just for me, obviously. I'm sure some people are like killing it. If you've like breakout traders, etc. Yeah, I know, that's it. That's it. But as soon as you, so say you think that, you're like, oh, we're too high in the range, we're overextended, and it keeps going, and you say it again, and it keeps going, you're like, oh, well, it's been doing that the last few times, I can enter now. And as soon as you enter, that's when you'll end up getting stopped, you know? I can guarantee you one thing: it can't expand forever. It'll give some deep retracement, because like all these people are getting a free ride here, and the market just doesn't give you like free rides. Every single, exactly. That's the market's job, man. It's designed to do that. It's the market maker's job to like incite FOMO, late buying, late entries, and then just like rinse them all, and then continue back up. So the higher it goes, the more likely there is going to be a pullback, and a deep pullback. So we just gotta be patient. These equal lows here, I'm just not a fan of. Actually, what did RTY do? I didn't look at RTY. Holy fucking hell, had some pump as well today. Did this give any? I assume it didn't give any retracement, did it? What time was this at? 2 a.m, 6, 10, not 10, just ripped as well. Yeah, this 6 a.m. candle would have been the one to trade. It would have been nice. The C2 here. Oh yeah, that's an absolute beauty there. This is like A plus here. So you could either just enter as soon as this candle closes, stop here, or you could wait for this if you really want to be greedy. Guess like, what time is this at? 7. That's the current highlight. That's at least, you'd probably go break even if you went up there. The only thing is, you don't have many reasonable draws here. At the time, obviously, looking back in hindsight, we're all geniuses, but like, daily open, big pump there. Yeah, you could probably reasonably go for this high. Yeah, our stop could move to here now. Stop goes here now. Oof. What's going on here at this time? 9:20. Okay, New York open. Yeah, that's your trade. That's pretty nice there, though. Nice 4.5 hour. That would have been nice. I may have to watch RTY tomorrow, since it has its draw as well. We are getting a like 30-minute CSD here, SMT 30-minute CSD. We haven't got it yet, obviously. We have it in silver. See if we can create a 30-minute gap here at 9 o'clock. And then something like... Might be nice. Might be nice. What are indices doing? You know, it wouldn't be the worst. Like, if this is going to go, I just wanted to go from here. Leave this flat daily open, because I think then tomorrow, depending when this happens, you would have a nice easy short back down to like somewhere down here. With the flat daily open. Oh lordy. Tired today, boys. Yeah, pretty much same area here on the 15 minutes. See how it closes in at 9 o'clock. I'm sure you guys are probably sick of hearing me say it, but 9 o'clock is a pretty volatile time for metals during Asia, so we shall see, we shall see, we shall see. Other than that, guys, unfortunately not a whole pile going on at the moment. I want this gap on indices to try and participate, but I can't long away from this. And I want this gap to form here in the next 30 minutes, so we'll just keep our eyes on both of those. Anybody, any questions or anything you guys want to discuss? Anything you want me to go over or review, or anything you want some like clarification on? The gold, oh, it is, man. The whole, oh, it's actually honestly awful. I thought today, like when we were up here, I thought, okay, we're going to get some sort of like breakout, because silver's trying, in fairness, but this is like hideous. I think you're here. I drew these lines last night, like, oh. Like, we just need to get out of this shit. Friday now, maybe NFP may clear some of this up. Because we were saying Last night, the longs didn't look too bad. We had the C2 here on the open, low, high close. But like, what do we get then after today? This sweep of this high and a close below. I still think this is the draw though, so I'm not too concerned about this C2, but like, I would just prefer it if the body just closed like up here somewhere above this high. Then it would have been a nice easy continuation to this high, but we shall see. What makes it even more annoying is that daily chart is like that, and indices is absolutely ripping, so like you can't trade either of them, which is very annoying. Exactly. The worst of both worlds is right. Absolutely. Who was asking me about ETH and BTC on a stream not that long ago? Jeez, all's getting absolutely like annihilated. Absolutely annihilated. Yeah, somebody was telling me watch this monthly gap. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. If we create some SMT there, would be nice. For lower. I can't remember what this is about. Oh yeah, setting maybe some buys down here and hoping it close like that. Alright, getting a bit of a push here on gold. I'd be hoping this will be low today too if we form this 4-hour SMT inside a 4-hour gap, 30 minutes CSD, with the creation of a new gap. Hopefully, I think that would be pretty nice. No PSPs or no. I wish this traded, like I said, a tiny bit lower. Then you would have had your 2-stage. That definitely would have been lower today. But I still think this is it. So if this keeps up, I actually kind of like this. If this keeps up though in Asia, I'm going to have to maybe start streaming PM or maybe even AM, something like that. The last while has been trash. No, actually, I should have taken that ES long last night. But I didn't. Would have been a pretty good trade, but I guess just because we're getting such big moves now during London and New York last couple of days, just Asia's a little bit more, a little bit slower. Wasn't it like around this time last night that gold completely flipped as well? 8:30. Where's 8:30 from last night? Was where? Yeah, pretty close. Because I was looking at maybe long somewhere here. We came for one more run lower, then went higher. Not saying that's going to happen here, but I do need this to CSD. And I just need this to do anything, something, move. Come on. Very, very slow. Oh man, I'm gonna need a shot or something, I think. Any of you guys have, so for anyone who's trading like Asia or it's late, does anybody drink coffee like this late at night or no? Or like would you have the jitters and not be able to sleep? I know some people who could just drink a coffee literally before they go to bed and would be perfect. Or drink like an energy drink and they'd be fine, but I feel like I need a coffee now, but I definitely wouldn't sleep. But I know some people who are just like, yeah, no problem. I would take one now. No problem at all. Do a 15-minute gap here. I just don't like how we've no CSD and this candle closure, so I wouldn't be looking for longs just yet from here. Now we also have this, not as relevant I don't think though, because yeah, it's not like any gap or anything, but just something to keep an eye on. All right, we'll see how this like 15, 30 minutes, and then we'll also have a new hourly. Is it a new 90-minute too? Yeah, new 90-minute too. We'll have a lot of candles closing in 12 minutes. This just looks like it needs to get ran, wants to get ran, like this. Something like that. Did YM take? Ran these highs. Yeah, so we actually have something like this with ES. Yeah, the two-stage CSD, this could definitely send us lower now. No CST here yet. Yeah, definitely definitely. I thought last night was bad, but it was better than this. I know, and that's kind of what I was saying the other night. Like, it kind of goes through phases, and I think that's kind of what happened when, like, it looked so good, and I had a couple of like banger trades during it, and then that's when Nick asked. He was like, "Why don't you just live stream Asia since like you're trading it so much?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." And honestly, at the start, it was pretty decent too. Like the last like month maybe, or especially since I got back from Ireland, it's been a lot slower. I don't know if that's just because New York has picked up. Um, Not quite sure, but it's definitely slow for sure, which is annoying for all of us. I'd love to be taking some setups here with you guys, but I don't wanna. I don't want to just take stuff for the sake of taking it. Let's see what we get here with gold. If we can get a bit of a push here in this next 8 minutes. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And I remember even back at that time, I think the reason that a lot of people started trading Asia around then is because New York was flat, was dead, like especially on gold. Like gold was not great during New York, and it was so clean during Asia. But no, it's just absolutely horrible. So I think we were saying this last night as well, that in order to have like good Asia sessions, like gold needs to be trending. That's good, Michael. That's exactly what you should be doing. Um, People get like huge FOMO when they see the market go, and they feel like they're leaving all these profits on the table and stuff. But like today was an abnormal move. Like when you think of the ADR for like, which is the average daily range, if you don't know, is like somewhere between 350, maybe 350 to 400 points. Like today we moved over 1,000 points. I don't know what the total number was. Um, but like we got 3 days worth of price action today. Yeah, like 1,125 points. We pretty much got 3 days worth of PA today in this one day. So, um, and I know people are being like freaking out or having FOMO and stuff like that, but like either your setup is there or it's not. If it's there, you take it, and there's no way you're going to hold it. Like we'll say New York is here, no way you're going to hold it all the way up here anyway. Most people get out of 2 or 3 hour. Um, so it's just like another regular trading day, you know. If it doesn't give it, doesn't give it. Nothing you can do. But I think when people see these like massive moves, they're like, "Oh my god, like the market's pumpy, I should be in." Most of the fucking people, like, yeah, all right, bro, you would have like closed at 2 or 3 hour anyway, or like you would have been afraid. Like most people can't hold trades, you know. So, um, like the reality thing, people think is what they'll when you see something like this, people think this is what they're gonna get. Like something like this, they're gonna like, oh, I would like catch a top, blah blah blah. But in reality, what they get is like this, you know. And then this move just kind of goes without everyone, unless you're obviously swinging it or in a long term position or whatever. But so like taking like this today or taking it like down here is the same thing, but nobody has any serious FOMO like down in these days because they don't absolutely like rip in the direction you want. So, but that's great. Like that's good. And I wouldn't look at it being paralyzed. Like if there's nothing for you to do, you simply do nothing. That's like one of the biggest things I was taught in trading If there's nothing to do, you just don't do anything. I know it's different if you saw your setup today and you didn't take it, like that's different, but. And shorting is just a mug's game, like that's just. Don't try that either. Don't stand in the way of this, especially when at all-time highs. Like just don't even try that. But that's a good thing. Don't, like that statement you just said there, that's not a bad thing. So don't look at that and think it's bad. And if you see other people catching monster trades and all that, like that's fine. Let them do their thing. You've no control over them, nor do they have control over you. So, because what you'll never see is them posting their losers and stuff. Like, yeah, they might have caught a win, but they could have taken three losers for that, for all you know. So, just don't fall victim to all that shit. Okay, this is looking decent on. For those of you guys that know how I trade, do you have any idea now what would be like an ideal case scenario for me to look for longs here? What would I want to see? What SMT indicator are you using? I have no SMT indicator. This is just, I just draw these. I draw these here too. They're just actually different color. M30 CSD, M30 gap. Yep, that's pretty much it. There's another thing I'm looking for though. What would make this like high probability? So what you said is definitely what I'm looking for. Just what would make this pretty much A+. That's fine. And maybe I'm not even asking it right, and I don't expect everyone to know this either. So, okay, so see how gold is weaker here, right? Because we tap into this gap. We take this gap. We don't on silver. So this is technically weaker than silver. Are we all in agreement with that? I don't know if that gives you guys a hint to what I'm looking for next, but would you all agree that it's okay? Yes, sir. Okay, perfect. So now what would be ideal case would be silver opens, trades into this gap, gold opens, doesn't trade into this gap. We create this SMT here, okay, within this to take it higher and get like a 3-minute CSD inside here. So then we're going from, this is basically a string switch, if you've ever heard of people talk about that. This would basically be a string switch SMT, if you got something like that. So we'd be switching from the weakest to now being the strongest, and that's what you'd like to see. It's not a must, like I don't have to have that here. I can do exactly what you said, Em. I can just do this and get like some sort of CSD. That's no no problem. But just what would make it A plus would be that kind of string switch. Yeah, a string switch, Michael. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, we might not get any of them. Now we can also look at the FX pairs too. Put some alerts. For the most part, Michael, yeah, for the most part, unless there's like a really clean reversal, I prefer just to trade continuations, yeah. Okay, there's the tag in silver. So we now have this SMT here. It's probably so close to this gap, this will probably still hit it. But we can watch. This friggin' CSD will be massive though. I know if I want to take this higher, I want to see this happen pretty quick. Yeah, I think I know what that is. It's a MMXM term. Pretty much like if you're, say you're bullish, price will take out the highs, then come down, take out the lows, and then go higher again. Am I logged into my broker here? One sec, I need to... why do you ask, Michael? Is that something you use in your trading, or... Alright, GC has also hit the gap. So we know SMT fill with silver. Sorry, I'm just trying to log into... Make sure I'm in the right account. Yep, okay. MGC, okay. Yeah, so we got a nice sharp close above here. I would take this. Something like that. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Like I said, I want this to happen pretty quick now. I don't want this to like mess around here for too long. Oh, we do have SMT fill here with the FX pairs, it looks like. Yep, I think that's, I agree, Mike. I think that's exactly what it is, yeah. I will see if we get a close here, and probably won't in the next 7 seconds. Alright, we'll see. Give it another 3 minutes. Ideally, we just close here now in the next 3 minutes. Gold is double purging. We didn't take this high though, right? Actually, we did here. Need speed, please. Need for speed. Yeah, I would like a CSD here now. Would be nice in this candle. Okay, this is nice. Just about a minute left in this candle. If we can see a close above the CSD, I'll chance along. Yeah, it looks like silver already CSD'd here, which is nice. Now, what do you guys do here if gold CSD is, if GC CSD is and MGC doesn't? Still take it? It looks like we're not going to get it here though. 10 seconds. We need a big push here in the last 10 seconds. Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. I'll give it maybe one more candle, but if it doesn't close in this candle, I most likely no interest in it. I need, as you said, I need speed. I need speed. I need speed. So we'll see. Indices not doing much. I'm not too sure, Michael, to be honest. I mean, I guess if they run the same as the micros, like, and it's literally just like I guess my worry is that, so you know how sometimes you have like a difference between the micros and the minis, that difference will be even more if it comes to the nanos. But I think if that's not the case, like I think it's great because it allows people to trade their own small personal accounts, you know, rather than needing huge margin to take positions. That's my initial thought on it. I haven't done any reading into it, or I haven't done too much looking into it, to be honest. But how about you? What do you think? I mean, I guess more option is better, right? Unless somebody smarter than me that can give me a good reason why not. You know what I was about to say is this kind of close. I said, I hope to God it doesn't just rip in the next candle. Usually it happens like, usually gold is that it'll actually close like right underneath, and then next candle will just rip and it's gone too far. If it just closes here, I'll probably just mark it. I'll probably just take it here and just go down a little bit. Alright, I'm going to give this a stab here and see. Whoa, holy bad fill. Just because we have plenty of room to the draw, so we'll see. Exactly, and whatever happens. We pretty much marked out exactly what we wanted to see here, and it gave us exactly that. Now, if it doesn't want to deliver, that's completely fine. That's just going to be a loss, and that's no biggie. You talk about this one here, Michael? Yeah, I was just about to say it here that I wouldn't consider it a sweep. Like, say we do this and then we end up closing back down here, I would consider that a sweep, but not like while we're still in this 30-minute candle, you know. Now, if it starts closing like this, I would say, yeah, okay, that's a sweep. But right now, it's just like messing around, because it could look like this now, and then it could close up here in the next 15 minutes, you know. So we'll see. We shall see. This will probably be my only shot for night 2, I would say. I don't see a whole pile else lining up. Did you get filled, or no? Did you set it right on this CSD? Yeah, I definitely wish there was nano silver, that's for sure. This is pretty much 2R here. Nice, good man, good man. Nice. Now we'll see. We'll see. Okay, it's starting to get a move down on indices here, it looks like. I'm actually going to get rid of this because we're just fucking consolidating. It's not really doing much. I definitely think this lower should be protected now because we have SMT and we also have a PSP here. So it's like a 2-stage and a gap. So I think this should definitely be protected. That's why I like having my stop like down here. Down here, we'll say. So we'll see. I would also love a 50-minute gap formed here would be very nice. Is anybody else in this gold trade, or is it just them? And are you holding to here, or are you just going to hold to like 2R? Do you mostly trade gap fills? I mostly trade gaps, but it can be a fill, it can be a PSP, it can just be a regular continuation. But yeah, I basically what I do, Mike, is I look for 4-hour, so like so 4-hour ERL to IRL, right? So that's kind of the move. That's kind of what I want. So out of this gap, I like to see like a 4-hour C2 form, we'll say, okay. Actually, let me do that there. Okay. Let me make this red. This green, we'll say, just so you know what's going on. And then this is like a C2, so we sweep this low, okay? Let me get something like this. So what I look for in this candle is some sort of like M30 gap, H1 gap, something like that. So say we have like a M30 gap inside here. Okay, I look for price to come in, hit that gap, and then I'll either do something like what we just did, like this gap fill, or if they all hit the gap, I'll wait to see maybe if we form like a PSP, or if we just get a straight up rip and they all start CSDing, I could also enter like that too. So that's pretty much my model, if that makes sense. No, I don't know where my beautiful drawing has gone to. Yo, what up, Dort? How we doing, brother? You got in at 4139.2, 4139.2. Does this make sense, Michael? I'll leave it there before I delete it. 4139.2. Nice, nice. You got a better fill than I did. Good shit, good shit, good shit. No, Michael, I don't. No M15 gaps, no. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No M15 gaps or no M1 entries. Good, Dort. Good, man. Good. There's 5 minute gap here. Actually, I should probably chart it here now, should I? And for M and Dort, are you guys going to try and target like this high, or are you going to just take it off at 2R? What's the thoughts? All's good here, man. All's good. Actually, my dad comes to visit tomorrow. He's flying out from Ireland for a couple of weeks. So excited for that. Probably play some golf and do a couple of things around the house. But no, all's good, man. All's good, thank you. I never used the M2 actually, Michael. Never looked at it. The M3 and the M5 does everything I need, so I just don't go below the M3, to be honest. I think that's smart, Dirt. Yeah, I think that's very smart. Very smart. I think that is very smart. That's often what I'll do a lot of times too, is I'll just set my alert to 2R. Definitely make sure I'm break even by then. And I try and let it like run just in case it starts to run. Yeah, I think I'll probably just let it go to as high, I'd say. But something similar. I'll set an alert here. And then I'll see have we any like protected low here. And just monitor it. We'll see. Now we might be getting a bit ahead of ourselves, but it's always good to have a plan. No point in getting to 2R and wondering, shit, what am I going to do here? So it's good to have a plan. Oh, nice, Michael. That's good, man. That's good. 82, that's good. Where are you from, and where did you shoot that? Where did you shoot that round? Michigan, okay. Nice course called Moss Ridge. Gotcha. Very good. I've never been to Michigan, actually. Another CSD here now would be lovely. M5 gap. I should probably chart on this. My bad. Be nice. Another CSD. Silver not looking too great here though. I hope this shit doesn't start dragging down gold. Yeah, because the FX pairs still look fine. I would like for this gap to stay open, even though it still doesn't look ideal. I definitely don't want to see us sweep this high. So if we can stay above this, it would be a C2 ideal candle closure above here. Then I would just look for something like this in C3, open, low, high, close, something like that. Would be ideal. I was actually going to say, yeah, like golfing there must be hard because of the snow and stuff. But you get nice summers, right? Like it's nice up there now. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, this don't look too hot now at the moment. What's silver doing? Yeah, silver is just... Maybe get silver to open, run out this low, create some more SMT here. Would be nice. But if this low gets taken back down here in this gap, like we're just clearly wrong. Dave, for 50k, do you push for the 3k targets before beginning to take profits along the way? So say that again, Zeus. So do you mean, firstly, do you mean for funded? Do you mean for funded, or do you mean like for evals? And when you say before beginning to take profits, like, are you asking me, do I just like try and make the 3k in one trade, or are you asking me like, do I take payouts? Like, say you're up 1,000 or whatever, do you take payouts in? Can you be just a bit more specific? So is it for firstly, is it for fundeds or for evals? And do you mean like just like YOLOing, essentially just like trying to get 3k out of this trade here for the evals? Okay, so 50k funded account example. Are you basically just asking me like, how do I get to 3k? Is that the question? Okay, so if the accounts were eligible for a payout before like 3k buffer, so like for example, for Apex, you can take out anything that is above 52,100, right? So I guess you're asking me like, if you were at 52,600, should you take out like 500 rather than trying to trade it to I think the max you can get it to is 53.6, and then you can take out like 1,500 per account. Is that the question you're asking me, Zeus? Kind of something like that. All right, so we got a PSP here too, which is nice. So that's not that I would be surprised, but like this low should definitely be protected now. Like we really shouldn't be coming back down here if we're bullish. So I think if we come back down here, we're just completely wrong. I don't see us doing something like this. So I'm happy now with my stop. That's Zeus, that's a completely personal thing, man. That's really depends. I've done both. It really depends on like how much you need the money. Number one. So like there's no point in me sitting here saying to you, Zeus, take that $500, man, or being like, no, let it go to 3K, because you might need that $500, you might not. So I that's something I can't answer for you. If you don't need it, I would say just try and go for the max. Also, there's a lot of other factors, like how many payouts have you taken in your life? If, like, no disrespect, but if you're asking me this question, it doesn't seem like there's like tons. Maybe I'm wrong, but so if it's like one of your first few payouts, or even your first, or whatever it is, take the payout, man. Take the $500. There's a lot to be said for just the confidence of taking a payout, like, for sure, no matter how big or how small, just knowing you got money out of the props. Like, that's the goal at the end of the day. The other thing is, like, say you only have one account, you could, if you don't, whether or not you, like, if you don't need it for bills, like the 500, you could always just take the 500 and buy 4 more accounts, you know, and then just try and redo that again. Then if you 5 accounts to 500, that's 2,500. You have a nice little buffer there. Then you, the next time, you could try go for the max payout, you know. And just because you take 500 out doesn't mean you can't then go for the max payout. Like, I've done that often. So say I bought like 10 or 20 evals or apexes, whatever. As soon as I can get back that money, I'll just take it out, and then the accounts aren't costing me anything, and then I'll go for the 3K payout, or the max payout, or whatever it is, you know, or the 2K payout by getting it to 3,600. Does that make sense, Zeus, or is that? I hope that's not confusing or over your head, but it's there's no one size fits all answer for this thing. It's really dependent when it comes to money, man. It's and what I tell you shouldn't be the answer either. It's what I can give you advice and give you different scenarios, but it's ultimately up to you. Don't let anyone else tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Like, if you take the 500, don't let someone be like, oh, you should have waited and took out the max or whatever. No, that's completely up to you. Oh, for sure, man. These are things you're going to have to, and I might be wrong, but I bet you, not just you, but a lot of people, when you get the account at the start, you're probably never thinking of taking anything less than the max payout. But, like, say I get those accounts and I'm like, okay, I'm getting this account to 53,600. But guess what? When it gets to 52.1, I'm like, okay, say you have 20 accounts. I'm like, man, there's 10K in this account I could take out, you know? So, like, they're all things that you might not have thought of beforehand. But, like, I went on, I think I've told you guys before, so on my Ninja Trader, I don't have any of my account balances on there. All I have is how much drawdown there is. So if it's above, like, once you get above the buffer, you can have more drawdown than 2K, will say. So I have no idea how much is in my accounts. But I went on to my Lucids the other day just to see how they were doing. And in my dashboard, it said, you are now eligible for a payout. And that's like one of the worst things. And I was like, oh, really? Can I, you know? But I'm going for the max payout on my Lucids. But when I saw that then, and then the other thing that happens if you kind of got to decide. So I'm deciding I'm going for the max payout of my Lucids. But what happens now is if I take a losing trade, it's actual money that I could have taken out, you know? So say I have 5 Lucids and I could take out 1,500 now instead of taking out 2 grand in one more trade. Like if I lose 300 on my next trade on all those accounts, like that's actual 300 I could have taken out, so it hurts a bit more, you know. So there's all those little things that, but you just got to decide and stick to that. That's the thing I'll tell you. Love the feedback. Mental hurdle I was expecting counter to come off all the time. Well, that's good, man. These are good hurdles to have. Yeah, no, you won't. Like you won't get moved for a 500 payout or a 2 grand payout, or like you want to be at least getting like 5 figures, like a 10k plus. Okay, so you have 5 accounts, and that's completely different than to having one account, you know? Like, one account with 500 is obviously way smaller than taking 500 out of 5 accounts, you know? So just do whatever you think is best, man. Like, if you have credit card debt, take the fucking money and pay it off. That's such a stressor off your life that that'll help you. It'll help your trading. I don't know what firm it's with, but like if it's with Apex, you could just take out. The other thing is you could just take out 500 from one account and let the other ones go, or 2 accounts, pay yourself 1,000 and let the other 3 accounts try and go for max payout, you know? Or like I said, the way I do it is you have 2k max drawdown. If you take that payout, right, 500 each, you're going to be back down to 52.1. You still have that 2k drawdown. All you need to do is, like, you've made 2,100 from the starting balance. You just need to make another 1,500 from there to get the max payout, and you have 2.5k in your pocket. Do you know what I mean? Because that way, say you take out the 500 from each of them and you blow all the accounts, yeah, that fucking sucks, but you have 2.5 grand in your pocket to buy more. There's nothing worse than, and trust me, there's nothing worse than not taking the payout and blowing the accounts, trying to go for max payout over another like 1,000 or 500, you know? So you could always take the 500 from each of them, that's 2.5 grand in your pocket, and then go for the max payout. You know, something like that, so. Okay, that whole time I've been yapping here, we've had some, okay, we kind of got, I don't mean to say I told you so, but this is kind of what's playing out here. This 2 stages some tea here. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I wanted to see here. So we got this PSP. Yeah, this is lovely. This is nice. All right, I want to just see us starting to CSD here again, and no BSing. If we CSD here on the M5, you could probably move your stop to this low if you wanted to. For what it's worth, if you have a job or side income and you don't need the payouts immediately. Yeah, exactly, exactly, yeah. That's it. That's exactly it. Like, if you don't need it, you have no reason to not let it go for max payouts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no problem, Zeus. I'm glad you asked that. No, man, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. And I'll be here like 3 nights a week. If you come back, I'll be here on Thursday. So like, if you come back Thursday and have more questions, like, that's great. That's what I'm here for. And Emma's right. Like, if you're working a steady job and you just don't need the extra 500 bucks, like, just don't take it. But you've got to be okay with the other side. The flip side of that is you got to be okay if you end up blowing the accounts with nothing. That's the other thing. So I'll give you 2 scenarios. Would you be, and then we'll leave it after this because I don't want to confuse you. So scenario 1 would be if you took the payouts, right, and blew the accounts and never got to max payout, right? How would you feel versus being like, no, I'm going to go for max payouts, never taking any payout and then blowing them, you know? Like, I think at least with the first option, you'll always have the 2.5 grand in your pocket. And if you're risking 200 or 250 per trade, it's only one extra trade, really, one extra winning trade, you know? Because say your account is at 52.6, you take 500 out, it's going to be at 52.1. you take a 2-hour trade the next day, you're back up to the 52.6 and you have 2.5k in your pocket. But that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that for now. Unless you have more questions, but good shit on getting the accounts to that level, man. That's great, especially 5 of them. That's great. Okay, I think I'm gonna move my stop to this low. No, I don't see a reason why we should come back down here to go higher again. So I think I'm just gonna trail here. Feel free to do that. Feel free to just leave it down here if you want. No, just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you guys have to, obviously. CSD in the 4 would be good. It definitely would. I was actually looking at this earlier, but I thought, oh yeah, it definitely would, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Another gap here as well would be nice in M5. We also have silver like is back in line now again, so yeah, looking pretty good here. Is that, yeah, it sure is, Michael, yeah. It sure is the TTFM indicator. Or maybe that's what wasn't, didn't you ask me earlier about the indicator that marked out the SMTs? Maybe it's is there any here now? Yeah. Maybe it was this you saw, like these kind of gold ones. The TTFM indicator marks those out for you. Indices still doing nothing. Jesus, silver is absolutely running now. You'd be pretty pissed if you had taken something like this on silver when we first hit the gap. Like if you had taken something like this. It's just, honestly, it's just messy even. But like, I don't know, I guess would this have been your CSD? You just mark it in here. Or even if you waited for a retest, which would have been a nice fill here. And then it just came down. Well, actually, no, your stop would be here. Only for this to just like wick you out and then run. That would be pure pain. Pure pain. Oh boys, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna sleep tonight. I'm actually just gonna make this a different color just so. Oh. Yeah, that's a solid 15-minute candle close too. Like that's exactly what you want to see. I'll just stay for another 15-minute candle close and we'll see where we are at 10. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably go, where's the 15-minute in relation to our entry? You could probably even go break even here if you wanted to. Might be a bit soon, but like we shouldn't really come back down and close below, or like trade below this down close candle if we're going to keep going higher. You know, I think the manipulation is done. At least I hope it's done. But I'm just going to leave mine here for now. But if we hit 2 hour, I will be going break even straight away. The thing I like most about this trade, not the fact that it's even like running in our favor, is how we were like patient, waited for this gap to form. Like when this candle closed, I remember saying, okay, now we're just gonna have to wait till like 8:30 to close, and then we can maybe look for a trade at 9. So we had to wait like a full hour, but that's just what trading is, man, just waiting around. So that's the thing I'm most happy about. Like we were down here, I was looking, do we have any 2-stage? But once we got this CSD, we needed this CSD, we needed this gap, and we needed some sort of like crack or trade into here. So it looked, and then once we're in the trade, we can't do any more about it. Just so I'm not saying that now just because the fact it's like running up here. Like our only job is to like basically mark out what we want when we see it execute, and once you've executed, then the rest is up to the market, you know. Yo, Davey, what's up, man? How we doing? How we doing? Haven't seen you in a few days. How we doing? Clean framework, to be fair, I wasn't expecting with that. I know we were speaking about that, but then what we did say, remember how I was saying we took this, but like this draw is clean because silver took it today and closed so strongly above it. So like if silver comes up and trades into this high here, like I think gold can also start coming up here. So actually, you know what I need to mark out is oh, hold on, this is only a previous daily high. I actually, when I was looking, I thought this, when I was in a lower time frame like this, and we marked out like this. Hold on, where the fuck even is my TP? Yeah, I thought this was the external high. Like I actually thought on the lower time frame, for some reason, I thought this high was this one, but it's clearly not because I have a line there. So like that's pretty stupid. Yeah, maybe it's just a bit of greed in me saying like you could hold for like these highs here, but that would probably obviously continuation into tomorrow and stuff. But no, like 3.5 hours, you should probably be TPing. Should probably be TPing there. That's probably just the greed coming out in me. It depends, Dort. So for, is there a specific example you want me to look at, or like it really depends on how big the wicks are. Like for this one here, I would just, yeah, if the wicks are small enough, I would use those, you know. I would just use something like that. Let me, where's the large one now? For this one, no, I wouldn't. Like this one here, no, I wouldn't use that full wick there. I'd probably just go to the open, to the high, you know, just something like that. It just takes a bit of discretion. I don't know if there's any like hard and fast rule for it, to be honest. That makes sense. If there's one you want me to look at, Dort, just let me know. In this gold trader show. Oh, good stuff, Davey. Good man, good man. Got stop break even there in silver. Jeez, you must have big pockets to be trading silver, my man. Big pockets to be trading silver, Davey. Enter on the 15 will be lower. It might be when I ran a bit. 15 minutes, something I just never look at, so I wasn't even. Was this 15 minute CSD here? This one? This one here? I'm guessing this was it since you said you went B. I was watching it, but it was I wasn't watching the 15 minute. I was watching this 30 minutes. What I was actually watching, and the creation is 30-minute gap. I'm not I just hate 15 minutes. I hate it. Oh, thank you, Davey. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. And that's like, that's way more important to me than like catching these kind of trades, you know? Like if these work out, great, but like I'm here to try and help you guys and teach you and just show you my thought process and answer any questions you have. So, and I know it's easy for me to say this now because like we're up X amount, but like if this had just like after this candle close just traded lower, I would have felt the exact same. Like all the framework was there, what we wanted to see. Once I'm executed and filled, my job is done. I just like dust off the hands. The rest is up to the market. Once I don't obviously like fuck up inside here and start like moving my stop away too quick or something like that, the rest is up to the market. So I can't do any more than that. But I appreciate that. Thank you, man. So it makes sense. Yesterday's daily, I marked off closing price to the bottom of the wick. Which daily? Dirt? Are we talking gold or are we talking gold or are we talking indices? I assume you're doing this or you just have to close to something like this and use the upper half of that. Something like that, is it? I think that's something like you did. But yeah, that's fine. And like even if you use this, like this gap is still right at EQ, you just wouldn't want to close below here. So like once it's in the ballpark, and just even by looking at this, like there's nothing else really to frame off of. So it's either this 4-hour gap or nothing. That kind of made it very easy for me earlier. So even though I think what you did is right, it doesn't really matter just in this particular case, because like when you market and you go down to the 4-hour, there's literally only one 4-hour gap there. So it's either kind of there or nowhere for me, you know. M and Dirt, you guys got a better fill than I did. You might be at 2-hour, are you? M, you might already be at 2-hour if you got the breaker here, did you? Or not the breaker, the OB. Why, you guys are well past 2-hour, are you? All right, there's 2R for me now. I'm just going to go BE here. I took half off leaving the restaurant. Good shit. Got a shocking fill and goal. Yeah, I think it goes for the highs anyway, Davey. So, so we should be good. I mean, no matter kind of where you got filled down here, I'm sure there's somewhere you could probably even trail it to even if it does come all the way back down, that you won't lose a full R or whatever. But this is moving pretty nice here. Good stuff, Em. Good job, brother. Good man. Good man. Good shit. I don't really want to trail it anywhere else just yet. We have the creation of this gap here, so we'll see. We're getting a new hourly now in 5 minutes. So, like, based on this hourly candle, 50% will be like here. So I wouldn't really want to see that traded into. So it would kind of be anywhere from this gap up is where I'd want to see it form. So if you really wanted to be really tight with your stop, like, you could put it there. But I'll wait and see if we can do something like this and create a protected swing here, and I'll move my stop then. Or if it just wants the next 5 minute candle or 3 minute candle just run to the highs, I won't argue with that either. I think we were just discussing that, Davey, when you came. So I thought when I set my original, I was on the lower time frames right when I entered, so I thought my TP was actually up here. But I just noticed that my TP is actually only, not when I say only, is previous daily high. So if you wanted to be greedy, like, you could definitely target this if you wanted to. I'm not saying it's going to get there, but I could see that. But the other downside is you got to realize that, look what we're trading here. Like, take previous daily high, close below. Take previous daily high, close below. Take previous daily high, close below. Like, I would say if you're getting 2R to your high, David, just take it. Even though you said you got a shocking fill, I would just take it. Because if you don't, and we do something like this, why is this not working? And we do something like this and close here tomorrow and don't take that high, like, you might end up kicking yourself. So that would be my 2 cents. Something T says that I always remember, and I quote, expansion candles expand to their close. Yeah, it makes sense. I actually don't know if I ever heard him say that, but that's oh, hold on. I know what you're saying. So, like, yeah. It doesn't leave like a big wick. It just basically expands the whole way and it closes. Yeah, I got you. No, okay, Davey, no problem. Send me the invoice for the whatever you lost on the trade, and I'll reimburse you. All right, if it doesn't take those external highs, just send me the invoice. Thanks, Michael. Thank you. You didn't take it, Michael? Did you? You didn't take the gold trade? I'll just TP at 3R. Yeah, I think that's very, very solid. And like, even if you close it now, I think it's still a banger of a trade. Like, anything above 2R is good. Usually, like, another thing you could do here is you could like jam your stop here, or like, say people have trouble holding trades. Like, say you have trouble holding runners, like, you could bring your stop right up to this level now, right? And if it runs, great. But if it comes back and tags you out, you're still guaranteed 2R. That's not obviously the ideal way to do it if you want to hold it very high, but it's just a good way of guaranteeing yourself 2R. But Yeah, I think close your 3 hour, close your 2 hour, like 2 hour minimum, obviously, is all. You would make a lot of money doing that. That 4 hours is a good example. Oh, yeah, closing. Oh, yeah, we obviously got the CSD. Yeah, exactly. And this is actually what T would also called an ideal C2, because we get expansion. It reverses and it expands in the same candle. So we have SMT, C2, and it reverses all in one candle. So that's like an ideal candle too. No, I'm a wuss. That's all right, man. Just because I took it or whatever doesn't mean you have to take it. If it doesn't suit you or you don't want to take it, that's completely fine. I'll probably just give it this 5 minute candle, guys, and see, and I'll probably call it there then. I'll just see just the off chance that it runs to the high, but if it doesn't, I actually don't even know where I'm going to move my stop, to be honest. We've no protected swing the whole way up here, which is kind of scary. I'll probably have to wait for a 15-minute close. But I'd like to see if we could keep this 15-minute gap open here and trade into it then, because if we do, I'll definitely move my stop up. So we'll see. But I know you guys don't need me here to hold your hand and manage the trade. Most of you are out or should probably be out of it anyway. 2 hour, 3 hour. You guys got a better fill than I did. What's your thoughts on indices tomorrow? More expansion? It's hard to know, Dirt. I think this is going to be the draw, right? Whether it hits, like when it hits it, is everything. But I could see it doing it like, I actually thought it might have done it during Asia. I thought it might have just went like up here. I think if it takes this, then I think everything will start to cool off, because this is at all-time highs. This is at all-time highs. I think if this takes out all these highs here, we might just see some sort of consolidation, which would make sense too with NFP on Friday. So this runs this tomorrow, chops around kind of on Thursday, and then we get some sort of move on Friday. But I do think this could be a draw for tomorrow if it doesn't get hit during Asia. Like maybe during London we get some small retrace into this gap. London puts in a reversal and we trade higher. Something like that maybe. It's so hard to know though. We had like 1100 point move today, which is enough for like 3 days worth of expansion. So so hard to know, man. But like it's not our job to know what it's going to do. We just react it. I mean, if it just keeps doing this, right, you don't need me to tell you what's happening, you know. If we get a slow retrace down here, no like straight up reversal, that signals more upside. But say we get a spike up, say we just do something like this, sharp, do something like that, then that's more of like a reversal. We might be coming back down to fill in some of these gaps, you know. So you don't need to know what it's going to do, just react to what it does, you know. Pick your key levels, wait for them to be hit, and then see what happens. Same thing as, okay, cool. I think we're all aligned there. What's this doing? Okay, we're getting a bit of a retracement. 5 minute. Okay, at least now we have a down close candle, so we have a gap. Like if we close above this, you could, if we trade this gap and then we close above here, you could move your stop up here. which then would guarantee you your 2 hour, you know, so something like that. We also have 15-minute gaps here that I know we could trade into. So we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, when it's such a big expansion, it's kind of hard to know through, because we could also just trade down here, create another 30-minute gap, right? Trade into it again and then go higher. Or you could do it in the hourly. It could just take a while. So, but I think I'm just gonna call it there, guys. I don't think you guys need any more on this trade. I will give it just one more minute in case anybody has any questions. Obviously, I hope this thing hits TP. If its CST is above this 5 minute, I'm going to move my stop to this low here. That kind of guarantees me 2 hour. And then, actually, then if you wanted to, like if you were happy with 2 hour and you wanted to extend your targets, like you could, but I'll let that completely up to you guys. Thank you, Dort. Appreciate it, man. Thank you as well, David. And thank you all for joining. To Michael, Zeus. I know we had a small crowd here tonight, so that's fine. I appreciate you all for joining, especially the OGs that join every night. I'm glad we caught this nice trade here too. It was worth listening to my boring voice for. Yeah, thanks, Em. So I will catch you guys on Thursday night again. Be safe tomorrow. Don't give back any of the profits you made tonight. Like, the beauty about Asia is you could be done and not even look at the market tomorrow if you didn't want to. So that's the nice thing about Asia. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Hopefully this thing absolutely rips, and I will hopefully see you guys on Thursday night again. Have a good rest of your night, and stay safe tomorrow with your trading with the way indices are. Peace, guys.